Hi and welcome to Natural Aesthetics. Just finished week 3 of the full body everyday training protocol. These are some video highlights from day 1 and day 3. So on this particular week, on the first day of training, Monday, I work up to an AMRAP set, as many reps as possible on the main 4 exercises. Now this is just a fancy name for set to failure, that's what I used to call it. But really you want to avoid actual physical failure. You want to leave just enough in the bag so you complete a rep and then you're doubtful that you'll get another rep out. Because of the impact that it has on the body, when you fail a rep, you really want to avoid that. Physical stress is astronomical, and you'll notice it going from exercise to exercise where you're training even differing muscle groups. Also mentally it has a very negative impact. So just leave enough in the bag that you might get one more rep out. And in fact, I was even more cautious on the squats and deadlift especially for this first cycle. Probably left 1 to 4 reps in the tank really if I really grinded them out. And you know, as I mentioned, that's because of the fatigue that I wanted to avoid, but also the first cycle I wasn't quite sure exactly how I would do on the sets. I'll no doubt work closer to failure over the next few cycles, get to the point where I'm leaving only 1 rep in the bag, or maybe even not a rep after that set has been finished. But for now that'll do, and I did mention in a prior video as well, you don't really want to approach the set, that particular set with like a crazy psych up, because it may well come back to kick you in the arse on the later cycles, because you're basing 3 weeks off of that one set, off of that performance. So if you go crazy and really kind of psych yourself up using pre-workouts and caffeine and all that garbage, then you're probably going to have to do that every single week that you train to emulate that same performance. That's another reason why I kind of left a little bit in the bag on the first cycle, and as I said, I'll move closer to true failure as the weeks progress. So now moving on to day 4, where it's typically 10 to 15 reps. I wasn't actually meant to front squat on this day, but I did a different exercise in a different gym on day 3, so just switched them round. Did 3 sets of 5, 110 kilos, still no belt on any of my movements whatsoever. And last week only did 1 set on that. So really you're just trying to grab progress where you can, guys. There's no set scheme, rep here or a rep there, a little bit of extra weight doing the same reps, maybe an extra set. That's one of the quickest ways to increase volume. Like I said, there is no set overload scheme. Just grab it where you can. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a natural bodybuilder. I do plan on competing again next year. My last competition prep was in 2017 that I had to pull out of because of health issues, my scalp, and it just completely wrecked me mentally and physically. I had to go on medicine and lost a hell of a lot of strength, kind of the whole of 2017, the whole of the first 6 months of 2018 was a write-off really, even though I was still training very hard. I've never not trained hard, just physically and mentally really, my body was not capable of producing the results that I wanted. Now since then I've had about a year of very, very hard training, and I've seen some solid progress as a result of that. I plan on continuing the bulk over the next 4 to 5 months or so, and then probably dieting down for competition. I'm a lifetime natural. I've never used any drugs of any kind, any pro-hormones, and for the last 5 years I haven't touched any caffeine, any pre-workouts, any protein powders really, creatine, any supplements whatsoever, apart from some health supplements that I utilise. And that's the way I like it. I like to rely on me, hard work and food. I don't want any aid. That's really what motivates me and drives me to continue as a natural bodybuilder, to see how far I can push myself with only me to rely on. And that's really what I don't enjoy about the thought of taking steroids. And I'll go into more of that perhaps in the next video, just explaining my thought processes as to why I don't take steroids and why I don't think it's a good idea to take steroids. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, guys. Subscribe to see more. Email naturalaesthetic@outlook.com for any info on online coaching, very affordable prices. And if you have a question, just leave it in the comment section below. Stay strong.